Hello and welcome. My name is Carsten Grønbjerg Lytzen. I'm a Scrum Master and Agile Coach. If you like this video, please subscribe. That would be awesome. Today I'll dive a bit into the difference between the product backlog and the sprint backlog. Why do we have both views? Because from my point of view, it's still the same list. It's just different views applied on the backlog. When we are in sprint planning, the PO shows up with a prioritized backlog, probably, hopefully, refined together with the development team. The PO shows up at sprint planning with this sprint goal. The thing that the PO really wants to achieve in this given sprint. With this sprint goal, now it's up to the product owner and the development team to negotiate what then goes into the sprint backlog. It, hopefully at least, it's priority 1, priority 2, and maybe also priority 3. Again, this is just for the sake of the argument. This could be much higher number depending on how we split our user stories. From my point of view, the responsibility of the backlog items have now shifted to the development team. And the reason for this is the development team, when we do the sprint, should be able to run with it, to implement, to fix, so to say, these items in the sprint backlog, not requiring much from the product owner other than just accepting it, making sure that we actually delivered what we intended to do. But now it's the responsibility of the development team to make sure that this sprint backlog is managed and refined if necessary, because we might uncover new knowledge during the sprint and we need to reflect that in the sprint backlog. However, the items in the sprint backlog is still part of the product backlog as long as it's not finished. Meaning, we probably have a view somewhere where we can see the priorities. And then the product owner can then start to reprioritize the rest of the backlog and come up with the goal for the next sprint. And that is the beauty of this. So the sprint backlog is a subset of the product backlog, but the responsibility for the sprint backlog is the development team, not the product owner. That was all from me this time. And if you have comments or questions, please reach out and subscribe. That would be awesome. Have a nice day.